the zone 11B and A. Okay, you know the meaning of that? Yes? Who can explain? Can you hear me well, or you want me to use the microphone?
I hear you.
Okay. Do you know what is based on this distribution of the plants by zones? The temperature. What temperature? Hot or cold?
Depends on as you move up in latitude.
Yeah.
Colder and colder.
Yeah, it's more because of the cold, like how cold it gets in this area. So we are in the last, the Florida keys. We are 11B and A. Do you think the upper keys have the same characteristic from the lower keys based on the soil? Is the same what you can find in the upper keys than in the lower keys? No?
No.
Can you explain a little bit, please?
I find that the upper keys have more hardwood species that you will find just about everywhere, whereas down here in the keys we have the more flexible and really, I call it gnarly, they're tougher because of the storms that we have.
Yes, very good.
And that has to do with the substrate that's underneath our feet.
Good job. What is the difference in the substrate? What do you think?
We do not have dirt. If anyone down here says they have dirt, it's from Home Depot. So our plants have to be able to adapt to the limestone. Whereas the further north you go, the substrate gets more soil, more,
Yes.
and that allows the roots to dig in deep and be your hardwood tree species that you find.
Good job. It's in the north we have more soil, organic matter. Here is more sandy. It's like almost like if you are planting in the beach. So it's like a little different. And we have some native plants that are native from the upper keys and not native from the lower keys. So it's very different. It can change a lot. Also, you know, we are a long county. So it changed, even the zone, we changed from A to B, so the plants will change too. So let's, in a way, for make this presentation easier to understand, like I divide the habitats here, and I will mention like 3 or 4 plants that are typical from these areas. In that way, maybe we can keep it in our brain. So in the lower keys, we have a lot of beach and dune community, okay? So the soils are unstable, they don't have nutrients, and they have a lot of disturbance by the wind, the spray, salt spray, the water, human disturbance too. A lot of natural threats due to storms, surges, and heavy wave, the action of the waves. Human threats, they do because they walk a lot and sometimes they see over the dunes. So in this area, you will find seagrasses. Why I mention seagrasses? Because it's not in the land, right? It's under the sea. Well, because those are plants too, and they accumulate in the sand, and they provide organic matter to these areas. So they enrich the soil of these sandy places. So they are important too, and they provide nutrients when they decompose. So we need to mention that. And we have also sea oats. I will show you a picture, red road vine, and sea porcelain, like seagrasses. This is one example. There are many, but this is the sea oats. Have you seen that somewhere? Look like, it's a little blurry here, but it's like oats, small oats. And have you seen this one? Can you learn the name? It's a little, maybe you will forget, but it's like the same family from the sweet potato that we eat, Ipomea. So railroad vine is beautiful, and this is the other one that look a little. The leaves are full of water, and you can find in the shore. Okay, so if we go a little bit higher in the dunes, you can find all of these ones: the bay bean, the bay cedar, the sea oxide daisy, beach creeper, sea grape, jawwood. Do you know any of these species? Yes? If not, we're learning today. Yes. I love to teach something new. Okay, don't forget, when you see this one, beach bean, okay? Canavalia maritima. You don't have to learn the scientific name, but at least you know the kind of vegetation you will find in this area if you see these plants, okay? Bay cedar, they sell that sometimes in the nurseries and it's beautiful. And it's, you were going to say something?
We have them in the nursery.
Awesome! So today you can plant a native plant. I don't know, it's a little blurry there. Let me see if I fix a little. The image. Okay, now it's better, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they see that we have the sea outside basic. I love this one, and you have it on the way here. If you're coming from like a Big Pine, they have it in the middle of the road, and it looks so beautiful. It's native, and we have 2 types. And this is the beach creeper. Sea grape, you know this one, right? So we use some natives. Some people use this fruit to make ice cream and sherbets and juice and jellies. So it's very tasty. And when I asked at the beginning, what plant is this? In the picture you didn't know, now you can learn. It's Joe Wood. This is very beautiful plant. It has white fragrant flowers. And look at the fruits. So it's not true that natives are ugly. Who said that? Okay, then we have the hammock. You heard a lot about the hardwood hammock. We have a lot of these here. It's because it's a very important environment. And it's unique and rare from this part of US. And it's restricted to the southern tip of the Florida and the Florida Keys. More than 100 species of tropical hardwood trees, shrubs, and plants you can find in the hammocks. More than 30 are currently listed as endangered or threatened. So they are endangered to disappear, in extinction, more than 30 species. Why? Because we have a lot of construction, this habitat destruction, and these are the areas where people build their homes here. And they sometimes have to cut all the hammock, and then we are losing some of the species. And this is why we have institutions like this one to help these species do not disappear. Okay, so why these ecosystems are important? Because they offer a very cool area, shady, a lot of shade. It looks like a jungle, so a lot of species live there of birds, reptiles, like we need this area. Those are the home of the native species. We have a lot of evergreen. Evergreen trees means that they don't lose their leaves. They are green all year. And a lot of fruits, flowers there is beautiful. So to give you an idea of what I just explained with a graphic, it's not very beautiful, but I really like it. This is the structure of a hardwood hammock. So you have like in the edge, these species. You can find the 7-year apple, the saffron plum, the wild cotton. Maybe you don't know all these species, but it's okay. Maybe you recognize one, and then you have an idea where you are when you see that. We have the canopy or overstory. We have the poison wood that is very dangerous, don't touch it. The wild tamarind, the Jamaica dogwood. I will show you some of these later. Gumbo limbo and the willow. Then we have the mid-story. So we have the pigeon plum, the black ironwood, the cinnamon bark, the milk bark, the black bead. And the understory, we have the, let's see what is famous here, the white coffee, hog plum, white indigo berry, capers, and then we have the ground cover, we have wild bamboo, seedlings, and then we have all the leaves that are like forming the soil, very important for enrichment of the soil. So let's see what some of the species in each area. For the canopy, we have the poisonwood, the Jamaica dogwood, and the gumbolingo. This is the poisonwood. It's very important for you to learn about this tree because you cannot touch it. It will irritate your skin. And it's very common here, everywhere. So be careful. Jamaica dogwood is a beautiful tree in spring. It will look pink. If you are driving and you see like a complete pink tree because it will lose all the leaves, it will be just showing the flower. Right now it's like that, totally green. It's a fast-growing tree, a lot of shade, very showy in the spring. As I said, it has white to pink flowers. It's also known as a fish poison because before it was used to for the fishermen they extract some poison from the leaves and they will put it in the water and the fish will get like dumb and then they can but now it's not allowed because you don't know if that poison goes into the fish in the meats because so it's not a good practice. The seeds after the flowers, you have the seeds, they look like that, like papery, and they have inside of this green papery material, they have the brown seeds. And as I told you before, all the leaves drop down. This is called deciduous tree. It's the opposite of evergreen because the leaves will be lost in one time of the year. And then it will just show the blooming, so it's beautiful. This tree is also the larval host of the hammock skipper butterfly. So we need to preserve it because also the butterflies like this tree. And it serves as a great source of nectar for bees. It's salt tolerant. It's good in the landscape. So it grows in dry areas, or if the soil is inundated, it's good too. It can resist it, so why not? You can recommend the Jamaica dogwood. It's not like the dogwood in the north, it's different, but it's beautiful the same way. Okay, we have the tourist tree. Do you know why it's called the tourist tree? Who can tell me? This is a good student. Okay.
Because it turns red and feels like our tourist.
Exactly. The bark looks like a tourist skin. It peels. And it has like a resin or sap that people use it as a medicine for the skin conditions. This is the scientific name, Bursera cimaruba. And it's the house of many birds. And this is how the fruit look. It's a beautiful tree. I love this tree, the gumbolingo. And it has a fancy name. Why not? Planting them, right? Okay, so let's talk about sometimes people confuse this tree with the poison wood. They are different, okay? This one you can touch, the poison wood don't touch. And it's very salt tolerant and to the also the drug tolerant. So the mid story, we have the pigeon plum, the cinnamon bark, and the milk bark. I know it's a lot of plants to learn today. You don't have to learn all of them, but please, if you can at least remember one from each ecosystem, will be perfect. So and you can educate other people. So the pigeon plum, look how beautiful it is. Look like the sea grape, people may confuse it, but the leaves are smaller and the bark is different. But it's very important because birds love these berries. Cocoloba diversifolia. It looks like sea grape because they belong to the same genus, Cocoloba. It's called pigeon plum. Cinnamon bark, Canela winteriana. This one is so beautiful. So this is another species that I will argue when people say natives are not cute, because this is very nice. And it has some medical uses. They used to make a tea for female tiredness because it gave like energy, and also good for toothaches. And they use the bark for gastrointestinal problems. I am not recommending you go and try these plants. I'm just telling you what people used to use it in the past, and maybe some in the actual time. So the milk bark, I didn't find a better picture, but the bark of this tree is very beautiful. It looks almost like a cow. So I don't know if this is why it has the name of milk bark, but this is this tree. It is part of the mid story. Now, understory, we have the wild coffee, the limber caper, and the hop plum. Pictures. Okay, this is the wild coffee. Have you seen the wild coffee? It's beautiful, right? It's like shiny, like the real coffee, and the fruits are very red. And the most important of this tree is very important for this butterfly, the daggerwing, because they have been reported using the leaves of this tree. Okay, so we need to protect. Okay, that picture was in the first slide I showed you. You remember? So if you didn't know, this is the limber caper. This flower is very, very interesting because there's all this like brush-like structure of the flower will caught people attention, and it's native. It's related to the Jamaica caper, and there are other capers in the Mediterranean areas that are edible. The flowers are fragrant, and the seed pods sometimes have red interior, so when the seed pod open, it looks beautiful, like a Christmas tree. So yes, planting capers. Hop plum, you can eat this fruit. It's tasty. I haven't tried it. It says here. It's fragrant. The flower, fragrant. Sorry, and it's some people when they eat a lot of these, they will have some gastrointestinal problems. So don't eat that much. But you can try it. Okay, in the edge, we have the strong bark, the sweet acacia, and the firebush. Maybe you know the firebush. I love this tree. It was one of the trees I saw when I came. Oh, what is that? I don't know. I've never seen that. And it's called the strong bark. Look at the fruits, how pretty. It's kind of tall. And the fruit is orange. They like partial sun and attracts butterflies and the hummingbirds. So why not planting? We have the sweet acacia. It looks like puff balls, the flower, and it's a little thorny, but it is native and provide nestings for birds. And they have these kind of beautiful leaves, like compound leaves. Firebush. Have you seen those? I haven't seen a lot of the fruits here, but the flowers is always flowering, so it's a very nice addition to your landscape. So we also have the pine rocklands. Do you have any questions for now? Okay, don't fall asleep. Okay, so these areas are like bare rock. It's difficult for the plants to grow, but we have plants adapted to these areas. We have pines and shrubs, palms, young, a lot of young pines in this area. It's like big pine area is an example. And it has this kind of rock. It's called oolitic rock. This picture is from like a cut of this rock under the microscope. And the organic matter grow in the holes of this rock, and this is where the plants can grow. So we have a pine typical for this area, native. that is called the slash pine. It's a real pine. So it's Pinus. This is the genus that usually real pines, not like the casuarina. Casuarina is the Australian pine. It's not a pine. So this is the one we really want. Slash pine. Slash pine. Also, we have in this area the silver palm, Cocotrinax argentata. Can you tell me a little bit about this palm?
It's the most beautiful palm.
You like it? And what else?
Mhm.
I know she likes palms. I know. Hey, tell me something else
It's
about
very silver underneath, that's why it's argentata, like
Oh.
argentium that jewelers use. It's the same
Okay.
root. And the fronds are, it's a thatch palm, the palmate frond, but the cut goes way deep, so that's why it's so graceful. Because each of the leaflets on the frond hang down really gracefully.
And they grow good around here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Slowly.
Slowly, okay.
You can't hit them. They don't like to be knocked around. But if they're get established, they do grow well.
Okay.
We've lost some where people have like hit a pot against them,
Oh.
and things like that.
Okay,
Moving things.
so they don't like mechanical.
No.
Okay, that's good to know. Also, we have the thatch palm. Green leaves, and the fruit is white. It looks like all of these cluster of small fruits. You have something to add, Hazel, about this palm?
Yeah, this one's silver underneath too, so
Okay.
I would strongly recommend people learn the scientific names for these few palms because you can confuse it with the thatch palm, the silver palm, whatever.
Yeah, they have common names.
This has a really stiff frond as compared to the graceful frond of the other one. And they used to use it for brooms.
Oh,
It was that
nice.
stiff they could sweep with it.
Okay, ethnobotany there. Good job. Thank you. So we have also this beautiful locust berry. The flowers are pink and the fruit birds love it. It's an evergreen shrub, a small tree, flowers from late winter to early summer. And yeah, the fruits, wildlife love their fruits. And this is more pictures. You see how beautiful it is? So another one, when people say, I don't like natives, they don't have flowers, they are not cute. Oh, do you know about the locust berry? Okay, show pictures. Okay, a lot of information there, but the most important here is a larval host for the Florida dusky-winged butterfly. It's high drought tolerance, salt tolerant, moderate. You cannot plant it close to like a flooded salty area, but they will resist. I have this information. I will have to confirm because iguanas, they sometimes are very weird, but iguanas don't like them that much. I don't believe it. They eat everything. Okay, so it's native from Miami-Dade County to the Keys and the West Indies. Okay, this is a picture, it's not that good, but of the Florida dusky-winged larvae butterfly. I don't have the butterfly picture. Okay, the mangrove community. Mangroves are very important in here, they are everywhere, and they are part of our native vegetation. So they are important nurseries for many species. So we need to, in the ocean, so because the roots go, some of the species have big roots that will create these caves for little fish and crustaceans. So it's very important to preserve the mangroves. And many of them are salt tolerant, so they can resist all this weather very well. So we have the red mangrove, the black mangrove, the white mangrove, and the green bottomwood. Do you know any of these? Have you seen it? Can you identify or just say, oh, this is a mangrove, but I don't know which one it is. So if you don't know, I will give you some information. If you see those roots like that, growing like adventitious, they come from the tree and they go into the water. Those are typical for the red mangrove. Rhizophora mangle. Okay? Red mangrove. If you see this is called Pneumatophorus. You see this root like going up against the gravity? Those are typical from the black mangrove. And the black mangrove will have salts in the leaves because they excrete the salt as a mechanism to be tolerant to salt because they are inside the water. And this is the way they used to be able to have oxygen in the roots. The roots go up against the gravity. The seed is very, very nice. Looks like that, and the flowers are tiny, but they are cute. Look, a close up. The bark is black, and these probagulus, they call it, look like lima beans with fine hairs. And as I told you, secrete salt through their leaves. And these roots are called Pneumatophorus. I don't know if I'm doing the right pronunciation, but something like. Okay, white mangrove. You see the fruits are very different from the other fruits. So this is called Laguncularia racemosa. Grow like 60 feet tall. Bark contain tan, like color, used for tiny leather. It has a very light bark, so you can distinguish from the black mangrove because the bark is light. Okay, and this one is more famous around here, the green bottomwood, Conocarpus erectus. We have two kinds. We have this one that is green and the other that is silver. Bottomwood is very, very common in the nurseries because it's beautiful. And the variety is called Differens sericus because it's like, means like waxy. It's like white. It's a evergreen, high tolerant to salt, drought, full or partial sun, nesting spot for wildlife. Yes, native. Okay, now to finish, almost finishing, I will have a photo ID game. Let's see if you can. I did a trick here because I include the species that I haven't talked, but some of them yes. Okay, let's see. Da 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 da. What is that? You can read. I will let you read. Ed, help me. What is this? We need to pass the test.
Bahamasena.
Yay!
What is it?
Bahamasena.
Bahamasena.
Butterflies love it.
Yes, so another showy, beautiful tree. Look at those flowers. I love yellow flowers, so this one is one of my favorites. So it's native from the Monroe and Miami-Dade counties, Bahamas and Cuba. Abundant yellow flowers. They have some different varieties, and the butterflies, the sulfur, love it. We have many sulfur using these plants for their cycle. Like those are some of the butterflies, larvae, caterpillars, and the butterfly, the sulfur, that love the Bahamasena. Senna mexicana, champagne, this is the variety. And it's endangered. Okay, how about this one? Da 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 da.
Is that black bean?
We have a very good student here. Okay, black bee, very good, Lisa. She's a master gardener, so I'm very proud of her. Like if you wanna learn, become a master gardener. Okay, so look how beautiful these flowers are. They look like puffballs and they attract a lot of butterflies. And there are many kind of these trees here. I have here like okay, those are the butterflies, and look at the seeds. It's beautiful. But there is like 5 different kind of black beads. And they are all important for wildlife. So this is another kind. Can you distinguish this black bead? You can find that in the nurseries. Doesn't grow that much. It's native from Miami-Dade, Monroe, the Keys, all of that, West Indies, Central America, South America. Yes. It has some thorns.
The cat's claw.
Cat's claw, black bead, good job. So how can you differentiate? Well, this one you will see a little like thorns and the leaves are smaller. And this is another black bead, important for our biodiversity. And there are many other black beads here. Look, I put some pictures, and this is the Phytocelobium, the group that is all called under this scientific name. And you can use this key if you want to distinguish one from the other. I have it. If you need, you let me know. I can send it to you. Okay, so how about these 3? Ed, you saw this picture before.
Beautyberry.
Which one?
Beautyberry.
Beautyberry. No. It's beautiful too, right?
It's very pretty.
But it's not beautyberry. I know beautyberry. I love that tree. I don't have a picture of that one, but that one is native too. Okay, you know? Any clue? Okay, we learn new one. Black torch.
Yeah.
Black torch. Very good. It's a shrub, and the flowers are white, and the fruit from red to black. It's an evergreen, blooms and fruit year round. So you can have this tree in your landscape, and it will fruit year round. So why not to get a black torch? Go to the nursery and say, I want a black torch. Okay. How about this one?
Kunti.
Kunti, good job. So the kunti is amazing. It's resistant to everything, and also the Atala butterfly uses as a host. The leaves look like are feather-like, light green, and you can use a lot of them like a ground cover. It has different names, and some people disagree with the names. Like one group says it should be called Samia floridana, and the other group says Samia integrifolia. So that right now I didn't know what name to put because there is like a discussion. But this one is not used anymore, the Samia pulea. So this, you can mention any of the other names, but the last name I think is eliminated. So before the native people used to use the kunti to make bread because it has a starchy roots, and they will use like potatoes and do like a kind of bread. But it has some toxic compounds, so you need to cook it before eating. The seeds are very showy and red, and they used to make some jewelry from the seeds. And this plant is from the dinosaur times. It's very, very old plant. It has evolution history and is very resistant. So, a way to go. Okay, how about this one? I know this picture will not help. It's only green. So if you cannot guess, it's fine. Couldn't find a better picture. So this one is the crabwood. It's very important, slow to moderate growth. It's native from here, and it's like a small tree. Small tree, it's beautiful, very shiny leaves. And this palm is the silver palm. I have you here. It's native from North American palm, slowly grows 20 to 35 feet, smooth, slender, beautiful palm. And white and yellow fruits. And which one is this?
It already said it.
Ed, did you say it?
He's got purple flowers.
Yes.
Purple berries.
Yeah, small flowers. And yeah, very small, tiny flowers. Did you say?
I didn't say, but it's porterweed.
Hey, good job. Blue porterweed. Porterweed, sorry. You can find one that is ornamental, that is not the native one. So the main difference is the color, but sometimes it's difficult to tell because they hybridize, so you don't know. But usually the flowers are less dark, are light purple like that. But sometimes the hybridize means the pollen will go and they create like a new variety. So now we don't know which one are the natives and the ornamental anymore. Okay, I love this tree. Do you know this one? It has like red small fruit. I have the name here, but it has a common name that people talk a lot about this tree. It's a small tree or large. The bark is light, like white bark, and is native from here. And the birds love the fruit, you know?
No, poison wood.
Lolly!
Lolly, right.
Yeah! What pigeon is color? Oh my gosh, his name is difficult. Food source for the white-crowned pigeon and other birds. Look how beautiful. I love this tree, so beautiful. And this one?
Caper.
Yeah, Jamaica caper. You remember what I told you about capers? They are very important for the butterflies and birds. They love their fruits, and they have showy seed pods like red, and the flowers look like a brush. It's so beautiful. Okay, so if you want to learn more, we have many resources. Like you can just come to the Botanical Garden, go to the extension office, and we have a lot of books that you can learn about these wild flowers from the Florida Keys trees of the shrubs, like butterflies. We can help you. Also, if you want to know, like, depending on the place you live, what plants are native, you can go to this website, and it's called Natives for Your Neighborhood, and you can put your zip code and they will give you a list of the trees you have in your area. Okay? Well, thank you very much for your attention.